Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camps online techniques class. Today's technique is called heat and stick with glitter. Actually, heat and stick powder with glitter. Same thing. Okay, to do this technique, you need a piece of, I found it works the best on dark colored cardstock, so like Night of Navy, this is Midnight Muse, black, anything really dark. We used to sell the craft inks in all our colors, and then you could do it on white or vanilla or any color because you would change up your ink color. But now we have Versamark or the craft white. So we're going to use the Versamark. I'm going to use this single stamp snowflake. It's exclusive right now. You can get it until January 2nd, I believe. It's a single stamp. We're going to ink that up with the Versamark, and I'm going to try to stamp that in the center. I don't want to get in the way of the camera, so I'm sitting back a little bit. We want to go all the way around the cardstock. I'm just filling it all in with the Versamark. Then we're going to come in with our heat and stick. Now, heat and stick is a powder. It looks a lot like embossing powder. The only difference is when you heat it, you don't want to heat it as long as you do embossing powder, because if you heat it too long, it loses its stickiness. What happens is when you heat it, it turns into a glue, and then we can stick our glitter to it. So we're just going to heat it enough to make it into the glue. So you just want to heat it until you see it's not white anymore and move on. You don't want to stay in one spot too long, or you're just drying it out and it's not going to be glue anymore. So I'm just, whoops. And it is sticky. If I put my finger on there, it would stick to my finger. So there I have it embossed, or not embossed, but the heat and stick on. It's the glue. And this is our Dazzling Diamonds, and I'm just going to dip it in there. You're going to get all pretty again. And the diamond sticks to the glue. Now you're going to have to heat set that. You're going to melt that glitter into that heat and stick. And you just kind of do like we just did. You're just going to go around until it sets in. It's going to actually get brighter, or kind of blend into the cardstock. And then what I do is I have a makeup brush and I just brush off that excess powder that we don't want. So there, I don't know, can you zoom in and see, can you see that good, Dean? So there is your heat and stick powder with glitter. Now, to put this on our card, I also cut a piece of Whisper White and I ran it through the impressions folder. And I'm going to go ahead and attach this. Now when you emboss, make sure that you put adhesive all the way around, because embossing curls your cardstock. And okay, I got this. I'm going to stick that to the white. Just like that. Then I'm going to put some adhesive on the back side right here. And I just ran a little white ribbon around there like that. And then, whoops, I'm going to attach this to the base of my card, which is the Midnight Muse. And now it's ready for my technique page. Another thing that I did was I stamped the Merry Christmas from the Petite Pears stamp set, punched it out with a circle, punched a circle little bigger with the Midnight Muse, and then I'll show you on my card, but I'm just going to stick it in the center of that snowflake there. So now here is the finished card. I just added a bow, it's a double bow, to my ribbon here, and then I pop this up with a dimensional. So that's your heat and stick powder with glitter. And I'm going to show you something else that I found out today, a little stumbled across. We're going to do this again. We're going to start with the Midnight Muse. I'm going to stamp the snowflake again with the Versamark ink. And then I'm going to take our craft white ink, and I'm going to use this snowflake here from the Snowflake Soiree stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that on here as well. And then I'm going to come in with a heat and stick. And I'm going to emboss, or I'm going to melt that, I should say, not emboss. Melt. When you use the Whisper White, it just turns a very light shade. It doesn't go clear because it still has that white pigment ink in there. And then I'm going to put the Dazzling Diamonds on. And I'm going to melt that glitter into the heat and stick. Brush off my excess. Now, this is the cool trick that I learned today. This punch here, I'll have the name of it on my website. I gotta cut this a little bit here. Matches that single snowflake but what I figured out today is that it also matches this one here from the Snowflake Soiree perfectly. So you just line it up in there. Actually, every point goes to a dot on that snowflake. So isn't that cool? So then what I did with it, because I liked them both, is I made this little spinner card. One side has the solid snowflake and the other side has the lace one. But this technique is for another day. So, back to today's technique. Heat and stick powder with glitter. That's your technique for today. Thanks for stopping by.